Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today in our most informative session of Man Up, Mentoring and Nurturing Unlimited Potential. My name is Jamie Rivers. I'm the Student Development Coordinator here at TCL. I'm also one of the advisors for Man Up over the last couple of years. And before we move forward, I'd like to take this time to introduce some very important key members of this event today in our committee. And if everyone would at this time to unmute. And if you are if you're a student or if you're just a member of the community and feel like introducing yourself and sharing your program of study, please feel free to do so as well. So at this time, if everyone on our committee could just go around and introduce themselves.
Good morning, I'm Joshua Harris. I'm the academic coordinator for TCL Student Support Services. And we all have a passion for this call that we're on today. So nice to see everyone on here today. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Rod Adams. I am the Associate Vice President for Student Services at the Technical College of the Lowcountry. Welcome.
Hi everyone, my name is Allie Cadmus. I'm the Director of Recruitment and Admissions at the Technical College of the Lowcountry. Welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Allison Canning, Associate Vice President, Enrollment Management. So good to see you all here today.
Hi everyone, my name is Danielle Consider and I am the Hub Director at Technical College of the Lowcountry. Thank you for joining us today.
Rhonda's trying to introduce. We can't hear you, Rhonda.
Can you hear me now?
We can now, yes.
What about now?
You're good.
Okay. Greetings, my name is Rhonda Cole Green. I'm the Director of Testing here at the Technical College of the Lowcountry. Glad for you all to be here, and a good way to remember me is help me, Rhonda, help me, Rhonda.
It's hard to follow up, but I'm Jill Kirkland. I'm the registrar here at Technical College of the Lowcountry, and I'm super excited that we're getting this program back up and running, and we're excited that you all joined us today.
Hi, I'm Cindy Blasky. I'm the librarian at New River.
Good afternoon. My name is Jason Brown. I'm the Career Services Coordinator at Central Carolina Technical College.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sarah Brown, and I am the admissions recruiter at the Beaufort campus.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Richard McDonald. I'm the Assistant Director of TCL Student Support Services at Central Carolina.
Good afternoon. My name is Othel Plowden. I'm a culinary hospitality adjunct instructor for the Technical College of the Lowcountry at the New River campus.
I think we have a couple students on the call. You can go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hello, my name is Tavares Wiley. How y'all doing? I've been in TCL for 2 years, taking up business administration.
Tavares, so good to see you.
I was going to say the
Good
same
to see you.
thing. It's awesome. Thanks for being on board.
It's good to see Miss Cindy too. You know, she was out when I was there the last time. Good to see you all.
Oh, T, hello, how are you?
Great, great. How about you?
Just great, so glad to be back and to see everybody.
Glad to see you as well.
Okay, if there's any other students, guests on board, if you would please introduce yourselves. If not, then
looks like Brianna and Alicia.
Hello.
Hi, Ronald. You can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, guys. My name is Ronald Mitchell. I'm looking to get information on the enrollment process for fall semester.
All right, Jim, you can go ahead and get started.
again, thank everyone for joining us today. This is super exciting to have this much involvement already. Man Up has been a passion of mine for a couple of years now, and just to share a little more of some of the activities and our mission before we move forward with the remainder of our event today with really special guest that we're going to introduce shortly that is very dear to me. He mentors me daily. But Man Up, Man Up is members of, we believe in mentoring peers and nurturing their unlimited potential. Man Up provides unconditional support through education and social engagement, equipping members with the ability to identify and overcome obstacles while becoming diligent members of the community and workforce. Some of the activities over the last couple of years where we've tried to get our young men involved on and off around campus. We do several events throughout the year. And especially there's two highlighted signature community service events that we are involved with and partner with, and one being CAPA. CAPA is Child Abuse Protection Agency, and there's a house here in located in Beaufort, not too far from our campus, where they house about 10 to 12 students year round, helping those young men and women find placement. So our guys are definitely involved in a couple of fundraising events that we do for CAPA. And also we do a fall and spring event with the special needs. And there's a bowling event that we participate with in November, where we have more than 700-800 special needs kids and adults. It's a bowling tournament where we just, show up and either just be great cheerleaders, passing out water, whatever, we can offer at that time. And also during the spring, we do a similar event where we do track and field, and it's probably 1,400 to 1,600 different, again, young and adult special needs members participating in track and field. So again, that's just a couple of the events that we partner with. And also, it's a way that, we get our students engaged, give them opportunities to be exposed on campus, off campus, working on their social skills, leadership skills. And we also, in past, have been able to participate in a few conferences. One that, again, we've got some TRIO folks on. It's a great program leadership conference that we do to kick off the new year, the Wanda Hendricks Bellamy Conference. So again, we've had those students in past participate, giving them the opportunity to either introduce speakers, be a part of some of the workshops, but I've put my information in the chat box. At the end, we will go into more detail with some questions that you may have, but I've left my information there. Please be encouraged to reach out anytime. Come by, stop by, get on Zoom with me, and let's just chop it up on some of the things that we're doing, and hopefully we can get you involved, whether it's being an officer in Man Up, or just coming and participating in some of our on and off campus events. So at this time, I would like to ask Mr. Joshua Harris to jump on and let's keep everything moving, and so anticipated to listen to our speaker today. So Mr. Josh, if you would, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Rivers. Good afternoon, everybody. It's good to see you on the call. Today, I will be introducing Mr. Rodney E. Adams. Mr. Adams is Associate VP for Student Affairs and has been with TRIO for 22 years and higher ed for 28.5 years, almost 30 years within higher ed. I keep this short and sweet. One thing that I will say about Mr. Adams is that he's truly passionate about educating others, about the importance of mentoring African-American males in higher education. It's shown within his work, and you'll also hear more about him when on this call when he speaks as well. So let's get excited to hear more. Let's be open to hear about this mission, and let's welcome him to speak this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Harris, for that introduction. When I was approached to speak today, to be the special speaker for today's session, I wasn't quite sure what it is that I wanted to impart on the people who would be showing up. I was basically told to talk about mentorship, and it was rather broad. So in looking at what it is that we did with Man Up when it was a part of the PERLO program, which I'll talk a little bit about later, I wanted to make sure that I narrowed in on mentorship in a way that it touches people individually. So the first question that I asked myself is, what is a mentor? What constitutes a person being a mentor? And is it necessary for people to have mentors? And as for me, I feel that mentorship is very important. I remember being a student in the dark ages as a college freshman at Morris College in Sumter, South Carolina. I was a first generation low income student, although really I did not know that I was low income. I just knew that I was the first person in my family to go to college. And stepping on that college campus, I thought high school was something else. I knew college was going to be something totally different. And I remember during orientation that first week, I said that I was going to go home. There was no need for me to stay at college. Of course, everybody who was there in orientation, the freshman class that was there with me, the class of 1986, everybody else knew more about the school, knew more about college, knew more about everything than I did at that moment in time. And I remember a person coming up to me and saying, you look kind of despondent, you look kind of sad. And I was like, yeah, I think it's a mistake. I think I need to go home. I need to go to the military. I need to do something other than what I'm doing here. And that person wound up being the Student Government Association president. And he actually spoke to the Dean of Students at the time, Dean Eliza Black, and the president of the college, Dr. Luncy Richardson, and said, I really think you need to watch that young man over there because he's about to mess up his life by leaving Morris College. So just imagine, freshman, your second day at the school, maybe third day, you get a call to go to the president's office, okay? So I go to the president's office, Dr. Luncy Richardson, and I'm standing there, I'm shaking. I was only like $125 at that time, hard to imagine, but that's true. And he says, young man, I hear that you are thinking about leaving and going home. And I was like, yes, sir, I don't know if this is the right fit for me. You know, I'm giving all the excuses that I now hear students tell me when they come to TCL. And he said to me, I will not allow it. I just will not allow it. And anybody who knows me knows that I'm the type of person that when you tell me like you will not allow me to do something, or you kind of like tax me in some way, I'm going to fight back. But I could just look at this man's face and realize like there was no need in arguing with him. So basically all I said was, yes, sir, and walked out of his office. And then the dean called me and said, I heard that you met with the president. He now has invested in you. You cannot let him down. He will be following you throughout your 4 years here, and he will be making sure that you are doing what you need to do to stay on time, to stay on task, and to graduate on time. And I must admit, I found that a bit intrusive, but it was what I needed in order to be successful. That was the start of my first time really being mentored by a professional, and me seeing somebody that I wanted to be. Fast forward 4 years later, I actually wind up going to graduate school at Miami University in Oxford, Ohio. And he actually wrote a letter of recommendation for me for graduate school. And throughout the whole interview process at Miami University, all I kept hearing was, I cannot believe that the president of your college actually wrote you a letter of recommendation. Now, I say this not to brag on myself or to just showcase myself, but in that instance, I didn't even realize that I needed a mentor. And this person sought me out to pour into me something that they saw in me that I didn't see in myself. And I really feel that when we're looking for mentors or when we're mentoring other people, that what we should be doing is we should be pouring into others the things or showcasing in them the things that they do not see in themselves. As an associate vice president for student affairs, I've been a supervisor for many years, and I really feel it's part of my job to make sure that the people whom I supervise get out of me the most that they can, and that they get the opportunity to shine. And Mr. Rivers stated that I pour into him every day, and I do my best to do that. I do that with everybody with whom I supervise. In fact, my mantra is that when I leave any position I'm in, you should be able to step into that role and do it very well. And if I'm not leaving, if I'm staying around, but there are other opportunities for you at the school or elsewhere, that it's my job to help you climb that ladder and move forward. That's one of the things that I truly believe in. I don't believe in ownership of people. If I do my job well, I will move that person out to go to another position or move up the ladder, and then I will take the next person and pour into them as well. That for me is mentorship. And I do know that when we think of mentors, sometimes we are thinking that the mentor has to look like I look, or has to have some of the same interests that I have. I can truthfully tell you all that there have been mentors in my life, some who are female, some who are Jewish, some who are Black female, some who are white females, some who are white men. Anybody that can give me something to go on, or that can see something in me, or that I feel that it will help me advance, I'm going to go ahead and latch on to them. And sometimes they don't even realize that they're mentoring me. I'm following them just to see how they're doing it. I say all that to say this, and I'm going to keep it very brief, that I do know that Jamie, what his vision for Man Up is, and I really believe that he's not just mentioning words when he says mentoring and nurturing, because part of the mentoring process is the nurturing. And sometimes, and I'm sure Jamie will tell you this, Joshua will tell you this, Ms. Rhonda Cole, who I once supervised, will probably tell you this, that there are times when they are just really spitting mad at me. And that's okay. We can have that conversation where I can say to Jamie, I understand that you're upset about that, but I really need you to do this because I feel that it will advance you in some way, or it'll look good on your resume, or I know that you can do this and you're just giving me flack because you don't want to add something else on your plate, but I need you to do it. I know that Mr. Rivers, through Man Up, will make sure that the mentoring aspect is on point, and that the nurturing aspect is on point. And even though we're talking about African-American men for this particular instance, I will say that I know that Mr. Rivers will do well. He will find people who will serve and pour into you just like I've had people pour into me. When we did this in Perlo, I remember Michael Burgess, who was the person at the time, asking me, what is your vision of, what do you see Man Up being? And I said to him without hesitation, I see this as the Black man's barbershop field. Now, any Black man on the call who still has hair will realize what I'm talking about. Richard McDonald, I know you know, we've had this conversation before. Your barber, your barber is somebody that you're really trusting with a valuable commodity. In this case, it's your hair. Sometimes it's your information. And the barbershop in the Black community for Black men is a place where you can go and just naturally be yourself, tell your tall stories and have people say, man, you're not talking about anything, you're lying or whatever, just having a good time. And that's what, when I said to Michael Burgess that I wanted it to be a barbershop field, he knew exactly what I meant. So the one thing that I will leave all of you with, and I will answer questions if you have them, but the one thing that I will leave you with is that I would hope that Man Up will have that barbershop feel for you, so that it is a place where you can open up, be your true authentic self, and get something poured into you, but also pour into others, because there's nothing that says that while you're being mentored, that you too cannot be a mentor as well. So I hope that I spoke a little bit about mentorship. I hope I did the committee proud. I'm sorry, y'all, this is not my fort. I am usually more in front of people and engaging in the crowd. Presenting on Zoom, I try my best to avoid it, but I do hope that I did well. Mr. Rivers, I turn it back to you, or to either Ms. Kirk.
Tammy, you're on mute.
Thank you. Again, thank you, Mr. Adams. Very empowering, and your presence, whether on campus, off campus, through phone call, Zoom, you definitely share and motivate us in each way that we can receive it from you. So, and again, I'd like to go back and also add that Mr. Joshua Harris, who is on our committee as well, he is one of our co-advisors who we're both partnering together to reestablish Man Up, and also to encourage our other male mentors on campus to get involved more, because, you know, again, that presence is needed. You know, I need it every day from Mr. Adams, whether it be, you know, again, one of my spiritual advisors that I need to call, you know, early in the morning, late at night, just to, you know, help me get through some of, you know, just the daily task of the world. So again, thank you, Mr. Adams. Such an powerful message. And at this time, we'd like to ask Ms. Jill Kirkland to jump on, who is a member of the committee, to kind of close us out. So Ms. Jill.
Okay, again, I second Jamie, and I say, Rodney, thank you so much for speaking to our group today, for agreeing to do this when we came to you and asked you to be our guest speaker. I just want to say, from a personal standpoint, before we get to the housekeeping part of things, the success and support of African-American males is a very important part of my life. I got to experience the African-American Male Initiative in a former position at another institution. And I was very involved with that, and just being able to be there, especially from a female point of view, being able to be there for young African-American males and help them along the way and watch them succeed and grow. It's been a passion that I've had for a long time. So I am super excited that TCL is gearing up to start Man Up again. And I hope that the support that we will offer all of you, along with the opportunities to grow here at TCL, or those of you who aren't students at TCL and who joined us today, to partner with us in ways to brainstorm and bring programs and services through this group, not only to the members of this group, but community-wide. We're all really excited about that. So I just wanted to take some time to share that from a personal standpoint. Everyone who registered for the event today will receive a follow-up feedback survey. You'll receive it probably tomorrow. Please take the time. It's a very quick 6-question survey. If you could take the time to answer the questions, it's about different events that we may offer in the future. You'll have the opportunity to share your feedback and let us know if there's anything specifically that you're interested in seeing Man Up sponsor, whether it be tutoring sessions, career skill workshops, networking, social topics, whatever the case may be. Community service, like Jamie said, is a big one. So you'll have the opportunity to give us input so that we can tailor programming around what you want to see and what you think you'll benefit from. So you'll receive that to the email that you used to register for the event. So thank you all again for joining us. We do have, well, we're about 1 minute over, but I am going to open the floor really quick in case anybody has any questions or wants to share any comments before we go.
I would just say that, I mean, I'm in love with the topic because I'm a Black male. My son's a Black male. You know, I have 3 brothers who are Black males, and I think that this is a conversation that, and an initiative that, you know, needs to continue. I know system-wide, in 2019, we had over 9,000 Black males enrolled in our 16 colleges. So, you know, the successful experiences of Black males, I mean, that's something that that is extremely important and that has greater impacts than just getting a degree. It impacts people's families. It impacts, you know, children. You know, it impacts so many things in so many ways. So I'm glad that you guys hosted this and to be a part of it.
Thank you. Anybody else before we close out?
I just want to say that it's been a great opportunity to be a part of this Man Up workshop as well. Love taking part in different events and workshops and conferences and sessions that allow us to be able to feed our intellect, but also be able to give and gain more feedback on how to better ourselves in our various spaces to be able to, you know, help our males that's on campus. You know, I mentioned to a few other people before, we had the opportunity of being able to take some of our students between Central and 2 of the other feeder high schools that we're connected with to the Clemson Men of Color Conference on last year. Was it last year, I think? Yeah, I think it was, no, the year before. But whatever the last one that was, and Magic Johnson was there. That was the keynote speaker or whatnot. It was excellent. I've gone to many different arenas of the such. And I know they're planning on trying to do that again towards the end of this year because they're hoping, you know, numbers continue to come down so that way you can have it in person. But events like that, you just can't do those virtual. It's just a special thing that's there. I just can't, I mean, it's just, you got to have that in person and whatnot. And to be able to do programs like what we're talking about doing and things that you guys may have done in the past or whatnot, I'm all for that. Would love to, you know, stay connected and be a part of that. Trying to get some things done over here at Central as well. You know, coming up as we continue to move forward with students coming back on campus. You know, I've been talking with Richard here with Trio and a couple other people trying to get some things together because we want to go full-fledged with this because it's needed. It's something that's very much needed. So again, great session. Thank you, Mr. Adams, for speaking, you know, on the topic. And again, looking forward to being being a part of this particular group.
You know, once COVID ends, and you know, if you need me to come to Sumter, I would be glad to do that, especially to visit my alma mater since I haven't been there for a while. I'm just saying.
Absolutely, got you.
Okay, well, we've gone a little bit over. Again, we appreciate all of you joining us. You'll get the survey. If you participate in the survey, it'll give you the opportunity to give us some contact information and ask you if you want to be contacted about future events. So everyone will be up to speed on what we're doing, and hopefully we'll have newsletters that'll start going out soon. We're excited to get back on campus so we can really ramp up what we want to do. So again, thank you all for joining us. And if you have any questions, just reach out to any of us. Our contact information will be in the survey. Thanks, everybody.